for me, biology it's sort of an inexhaustible source of inspiration. The careful attention to detail, the extreme patience that it takes sometimes, the sort of creativity and figuring out solutions to problems because experiments will often fail. You have to sort of develop this practice of thinking outside of the box. But also developing too and not forgetting a kind of capacity for wonder. That part of it is really what inspires me, I think, in terms of writing, is that encounter with wonder, with a kind of renewed perception of something, where something that was once familiar suddenly becomes defamiliarized. We drive without realizing we're driving. We drink our coffee without tasting it. You cannot go through life always being awake and aware and perceptive. But that process of really paying attention, paying painstaking attention, careful, detailed observation, it does renew perception. You do end up seeing things differently and seeing things in a completely new way. I really feel that the kind of camaraderie of this organization, the truly celebratory nature of it, is very real. You really do feel like you're part of a family, and being able to come back after a few years and celebrate in person with winners, with Vivie Francis and Philip B. Williams, and to hear them read and to be able to tell them, congratulations, is really to be a part of the family. And then to meet and have wonderful conversations with Marianne Baruch and Edsur O'Reilly, and you really become connected. It's unique, I think, to the Tufts. I take a long time to revise, and I'm very careful about revisions. I had a poem that I worked on for 10 years, and it really wasn't finished until I had the last piece of it, which was 4 tiny lines, which is my poem Love at 32 Degrees. It just took that long to write it. So certain pieces, their poems are like people, you have different relationships to each of them. I don't write poetry to publish. I write poetry to know, right? So poetry for me is really an investigative space. And poetry is really speaking so intimately. It can be speaking so intimately. I think what a wonderful conversation, right? That books can go places that a person can never go.